Ski. Okay, so before I say or do anything, today is 9/11. So we're gonna have a brief moment of silence for the people. What happened to people at 9/11? Okay. All right, y'all. So today's topic is going to be interesting because I really have to think about this. And today's topic is your favorite childhood, my favorite childhood memory. So, if I think of one and then the other ones come to mind, yeah, it's gonna be more than one, y'all. So, bear with me on that. So, bear with me on that. The one that I could think of, my favorite childhood memory has to be, let's see. What's my favorite childhood memory? Well, some of my favorite childhood memories. I'm thinking, y'all. Oh, but before we get too deep into this video, like, comment, and subscribe on the other videos that I have done, and subscribe to the channel. Share the channel with anybody. It's free. You can do it. Just do it, like Nike. But back to the topic at hand. What is my favorite childhood memory? I had to say, at time, my granddaddy used to take us fishing. And, ooh, trust me, believe me, I got so many stories. Okay, so here we go. So it's basically like a story time, basically. So, let me get up close and personal with y'all. So, my granddaddy used to have a boat, maybe like 14, 16 feet long. Yeah. And we used to go every weekend, every Saturday, every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Literally used to go every weekend, bro. If not every other weekend. So I remember this particular 2 times that we went. I'm gonna tell y'all. First time I caught a grouper. That grouper was big, y'all. No cap. It was big, y'all. And the crazy thing is, I was just playing. Like, I was literally playing with it. I ain't have no bait on it, nothing. I literally just dropped the hook down, and like 5 to 10 seconds later, boom, a big old grouper came and snatched that junk. No cap, I was maybe like 5 or 6 when that happened. Yeah, I was like 5 or 6 when that happened. Yeah, and I literally caught it with literally nothing on there. I literally just dangled the hook at the bottom of the boat. Not even that far. It was like 2 feet into the ocean. Yeah, it was like 2 feet into the ocean. And then like 10 seconds later, boom. Big old grouper came. Then the other time, second time was we was on the Keys. So I'm from Florida, so we have this area called the Keys, where it's very, very, very down at the bottom of the map. So we're fishing, right? The whole family. Once again, maybe like 6 or 7. And I'm like, all right, let me just throw the rod down there. This time I had bait on it. And if I ever find that picture, I promise you I'm gonna show y'all. I swore I'm gonna show y'all. I caught a shark. a baby shark. But that junk was strong, y'all. For it to be a baby, it was really, really tough. To the point where I was like, nah, they gotta reel this in. I'm like, Granddaddy, come reel it in for me. And he reeled it in for me. Man, we had some times fishing. And I could tell y'all another time. I'm just taking a trip down memory lane at this point. Tell another time. This is funny. So this is one of the times where we was fishing all day, and we just came back, and you know how if you ever went fishing, you have to put your boat back on your truck by the dock. So when he did that, it was algae where he was at, but he didn't know that though. We didn't know that at all. Right? So we didn't know that at all. And if you know where I'm going with this, then you know where I'm going. But if you don't know where I'm going with this, I'm gonna tell you anyways. So we didn't know it was algae right there, right? Boom. So the boat was backing up. Right? Boat was backing up. And one of my granddaddy's good long-term friends, he was backing the boat up, and my granddaddy was outside of the boat, obviously. He was outside of the boat, and the algae was like right there where he was trying to get in, get in, pushing the boat back on top of the rail for the boat to get back on there, right? So boom, I remember this day like it was yesterday, bro. So boom, and I'm there. It was just three of us too, I think. I could be mistaken, but I think it was just three of us. But yeah, boom. So he didn't see the algae there. I didn't see the algae there. And I didn't even know what algae was at that time. I told y'all I was like maybe like 6, maybe like 5, 6. This was years ago. So I'm like, mind y'all, I see it and I'm like, what is this green stuff? But by the time he heard me say that, it was already too late. So he had not slipped and fell. Like, it's not funny because y'all wasn't there, but it was funny because the way how he slipped and fell, like he could have hurt himself, but thank God he didn't. So after the fact that I know he was okay, and I asked him, was he okay? He was like, yeah. And then I laughed afterwards in my head though. But to this day, that's like the funniest thing I could remember him doing. No, okay. So there's this one time, right? My granddaddy had this Chevy. I think it was a green one. I remember this day too. So it's a green one, right? He's been working on it for a minute. Boom, boom, boom. Somehow, some way, I get in. I unlock the door. I get in. Right? I get in. I unlock the door. I don't know how I do it. Once again, I'm maybe like 7, 8 at this time. Don't know how I do it. I'm in there playing with the stereo, the radio, because he had speakers in it. And that's how, I mean, honestly, back then I should have known I was going to be a rapper because back then I did this stupid stuff. But boom, that happens. I accidentally hit reverse on my elbow and it rolled backwards into the tree. Y'all, when I tell y'all I was so scared. So boom, he came outside. He was like, "What is that?" Then I had jumped out of the car and ran because I knew for a fact I was finna get a whooping. But he didn't catch me. Took off on him and I took off on him and he had slipped and fell, bro. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was like one of those cartoon ass scenes. Like I was running from him. It was like a Tom and Jerry moment. I was running from him and he slipped and fell. Bro, when I tell y'all that junk had me crying, I was crying laughing, bro. But yeah, honestly, I think my childhood memories are mainly with my granddaddy. I could go on and on and on all day about how much But yeah, I ain't trying to get all sentimental with y'all this early. It's too early for all that. But, and I would have to say some of my childhood memories is meeting some of my cousins that I'm cool with today. Like, okay, like this one cousin that I have right now, like, I never knew he was my cousin. We always used to play basketball at Goose Park. Always. And because I used to stay right across the street from Goose Park back then. Well, I was living with my mom then, so she used to stay by Goose Park, like right across the street from it. So I used to go there practically every day. And one day I'm like, bro, we became cool because it was like we been living there for like years. But one day my mama had picked me up from the park, and she was like, oh, you know that's your cousin? I was like, who, the light-skinned boy? She was like, yeah. I'm like, no, it ain't. So the next time we seen him, I seen him was with his mama somewhere. I can't remember where, but I seen him with his mama somewhere. And if y'all hear cars, it's because I'm in the front. But he was with his mama somewhere, and I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, nothing with my mama. And then his mama and my mama knew each other, so I'm like, this is my cousin. So that's probably one of the few memories I have at a time. And yeah, in school, oh my God, I could go on and on about school, bro. So it's gonna be a quick little story time. So one of my good friends that I'm cool with today, right? We gonna call him Steve, and we gonna call the girl that he fought. Think of a name. Think of a name. Christine. So him and Christine. This was like what, my 5th grade year or 4th grade year, right? He's one of those ones that, I mean, but he's completely changed now. He completely changed now, thank God. But back then he was a hothead. He was a real hothead back then. So she was messing with him in the hallway. Man, I wish I was there for this. But she was messing with Steven in the hallway, and Christine was messing with Steven in the hallway, and boom, we was coming from class, going to lunch. So Christine was messing with Steven in the hallway, and Christine kept messing with him, and Steven wasn't feeling it that day. So Steven was mad, and I know because me and him are cool, and I was trying to tell her, like, leave him alone, but she wouldn't listen. So by the time we make it to lunch, Christine proceeds to keep on messing with Steven, and Steven was like, oh, no. So bro, if y'all was there, bro, if you was there, bro, comment down below, bro, please, so these people know I'm not capping. But Christine kept on proceeds to mess with Steven, and Steven had dragged her by her hair and beat the shit out of her. When I tell y'all, that was like one of the funniest moments I have ever witnessed. That junk, to this day, I remember it like the back of my head, bro. I think that was 5th grade, bro. Shout out to Steven, my nigga, man. Even though we don't promote violence over here or domestic violence, but shout out my nigga Steven, man, because she was one of those girls that was annoying. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. And RIP to the people for 9/11. Comment down below 9/11 you made it this far to the video, and I'm out. Ski.